one of the best officiating weddings I've ever heard. I want to say good evening to everyone. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Keith Samuels. I'm Dylan's dad. And I just want to thank Dylan and Alexa and Susan for allowing us to be a part of a special occasion like today, and a joyous time like today. And also, just want to thank God for his blessings on all of us, our family, and acknowledge that without him, none of this is possible. That's where it all starts. So, I just got a couple things I want to say. Alexa and Dylan, you're now, well, you're married. I guess you told that. And you've never lived with Dylan, really. Well, she hasn't lived with him. So now you're going to get to live with him. And there might be a couple of things that you don't know about Dylan, because I've lived with him for quite a while. So I wrote down a few things you might want to watch out for. Made a little list of a few things. I got them right here. Just teasing. Dylan's a great guy. And I was thinking back to some conversations that Dylan and I had. And one was, when he was still in high school, I remember talking to him once, because he hadn't had a girlfriend for a while. I kind of encouraged him to take a break from having girlfriends for a while. Hadn't had one for a while, and I was talking to him one day about, like, any girls out there anywhere, anybody interested in, and he's like, yeah, there's this one girl I met, and I said, well, who is she? And he said, Alexa Smith. I'm like, well, who is that? I don't know her. And he goes, well, I met her, at Green Hills Pool. And I said, okay. And that was kind of the end of that conversation. And but a couple weeks ago, I was talking to Dylan again. I was like, asking something about, you met Alexa at the pool. So how did that happen? Like, what happened? Like, how did you get to know her? And he said, well, we were playing basketball, pool basketball. He's like, every time I got the ball, Dad, she was all over. I mean, she was all over me. He's like, he said, my arms were red, my shoulders had red marks all over me when I got out of the pool. And evidently it hurt so good because from there, they just kept going. Something else you might not know about, some of you are going to know this about this couple, especially this table right here. They wrestle all the time. It's like MMA, or Ultimate Fighter. Isn't it like that?
Yes.
Because Mackenzie was there Thursday night.
They rolled on top of me.
Yes. They wrestle. Now, before Dylan went in the Marines, it was about 50-50. Alexa got the best of Dylan like 50% of the time. I could hear him screaming from upstairs. We have the basement. You hear him, oh, screaming his head off upstairs. After the Marines, it's been a little tougher on Alexa. So like Thursday night, he pinned her down. I wasn't going to tell this, but I'll embarrass myself about it. He pinned her down, held her down, and gave her a wet willy. 12 or 13 times. If you don't know what a wet willy is, I'm not going to tell you, but it has something to do with licking your finger and sticking in a person's ear. Disgusting. But anyway, about 13, 14 wet willies, she's screaming her head off, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. Really loud, didn't she, Mackenzie? Then she threatened their family, she's going to kill the whole family. If you give one more wet willy, I'm going to kill the whole family. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is they've never lived together. So they're going to go get an apartment in Sneedsport, right?
Ferry.
Sneed's Ferry. Close enough. Sneed's Ferry. And they're going to be right beside other people. You can hear it. I know the neighbors can hear them.
Where is our neighbors? Where are our neighbors?
Jimmy and Lisa left, but I bet they've heard them screaming. I know you're going to get put in jail. I know it's going to happen. So just be careful. Tone it down a little bit or something. They like to wrestle. One of the things I realized from Dylan meeting Alexa at the pool was he had met someone he had a lot in common with. They both like sports. They both like to wrestle. They were both really competitive. The reason she was beating the heck out of him in the pool is because she didn't want him to win. And like some of you guys who know Dylan since he was little, he would come home every day. Dad, he would race people like Cody. He probably couldn't outrun and didn't have a chance of outrunning. But Dylan would race him every single day, I think. Did he ask you to race all the time? I know he asked Travis Yates. It didn't matter that he lost. He'd go back the next day and ask him again. And he just kept wanting to race him. They're both really competitive people, really. So that probably plays into the wrestling. But anyway, they are a good match for each other. They're a perfect match. So just keep that in mind. You guys are a good match. And keep your fun going that you're having. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the toast now. So that's just a little bit about Dylan, a little something about Dylan and Alexa that you might not have known. Now you all know it. You're all the better for it. It's interesting. So the toast, this is the first toast I've ever done. If I mess it up, forgive me. So do you have to raise your glasses? I don't have to.